ladies and gentlemen. This is Carlos Garcia from the Frat Chat Podcast with a very important announcement. It's not a bird, it's not a plane, no! It's a ball trimmer sent from space! Gentlemen, our friends over at Manscaped have been working night and day to bring you a below-the-waist grooming experience like none other with their brand new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. We're talking about a next-generation trimmer with interchangeable blade heads for whatever shave your mind can imagine. Upgrade your grooming game to the Ultrasphere this year by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with promo code FRATCHAT. High tech for low places with Manscaped. Oh, yeah. We're recording. Oh, God. I think we're dying.
I'm ready.
I think we're dying over here on this extra 420 friendly edition of the Frat Chat Podcast. And I know it's not 420, but it's been that kind of week.
You know what I think we should do?
Go on.
I think that we should get together and for one episode do the Hot Wings challenge.
Oh God, I think I could do it.
I think I could do it too.
I think I could get far. And thanks to our fraternity training.
Yeah, exactly. I had to eat a lot of gross shit in college, like vagina. And if I can eat vagina, then I could eat anything.
Anything. Picture now, you listeners, young crying Simo eating a yogurt with no hands, and that's about.
And crying.
Yeah. That's about what it looked like.
Yeah.
Ah! For the
napkin.
It's for his tears. No, not for the vagina. But anyways, we're gonna do this in 3, 2, 1. What are you doing?
Testes in my mouth.
Get on the ground, you fucking pledge.
Ew.
Welcome to the greatest podcast experience of your life. This is the Frat Chat Podcast.
All young men like 3 things. Food, booze, pussy.
Featuring Carlos Garcia and Chris.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting time. It's the Frat Chat Podcast. I'm Carlos Garcia with Chris Simo Moore. Let's go, Mr. Mo.
Oh, it's good. It's good. I just smoked a little bit of my vape, so I'm ready for today's recording. How about you? How are you? Are you high?
Maybe.
Oh, nice. Oh, this will be a fun one.
Oh, by the way, are you wearing a turtleneck? Because I totally meant to ask you that. Or is your neck just gotten really wrinkly?
It is a turtleneck, and it's like almost my skin tone.
It's exactly your skin tone. It looks like you have a super wrinkly neck. Like, what happened, dude?
If I go like this, does it look like I'm flashing?
Yeah, it literally does. It's just missing. It's like a wrinkly neck man with no nipples.
Yeah, that's why I yearn to be.
That's what happens
when I grow up.
When you get Botox on your face, but your neck.
Yeah, dude. I wear a turtleneck because it was cold today, and I was like, "Geez, my nipples are gonna like poke a hole through this shirt."
It is that sweater weather, but it's that awkward sweater weather where some parts of the day it'll be like 62, and then you'll be out there and it's like, fuck, it's hot. And then you change, but then go back out there and it's like 41. It's like, fuck, it's cold. So we're beat. I'm just beat with the weather until the winter time.
You know what? This might sound fucked up. I probably shouldn't say this, but I always feel off the train at Chinatown.
Oh, God.
And everyone's always in like a parka. And I'm like, how on earth is this neighborhood like 20 degrees colder than the rest of New York? Everyone's in a parka.
That's true. I wonder why it is colder there.
It's like on the train, people are wearing like there's always white guys in shorts, and some people have like a hoodie, some people have a t-shirt on, some people are wearing like straight up North Face or like Columbia brand puffy jackets, the down jackets. You get to Chinatown and everyone's acting like it's a freaking blizzard. I don't understand.
I mean, I wonder what is the coldest China gets.
Do they listen to our podcast in China?
They do.
Oh, that's nice.
This would be nice.
But I was talking about Chinatown specifically.
I don't know, but I'm thinking because, for example, in Venezuela, we're right on the equator, right? So I remember coming to America one year. This is before I lived here full time. And there was a really cold winter. At the time, it was a record winter in Florida, where the coldest it got was 31. But at the time, it was 38 the first day that we were faced up to it. And it was so goddamn cold, especially to me, never been faced by anything like that it was like literally like in Cool Runnings when they get to Canada and then they go outside and they're like, oh, fuck this. They go back in, they put all their clothes on. The dude puts his bag on him. Like it was literally like that. Like we were not prepared in any way for winter weather, you know what I mean? And much less going to Florida. So it was literally just putting on every article of clothing you had just to go outside. And we look like in Friends when Joey puts on all Chandler's clothes. Like,
oh yeah.
Could I be wearing any more clothes? Like it was literally like that. Like so.
Oh, light a candle for Chandler Bing.
R.I.P. Chandler. That was really sad.
Oh, what a sad one.
Hurts my feelings. But yeah, so I was thinking maybe, because a lot of people that live in Chinatown come from China. So I was like, maybe they're just not used to the weather. But I don't know.
And everyone has a cart too. What does the weather have to say about all these carts everyone's pushing around?
That's true. Well, maybe they...
I don't know. So I have a story for you.
Go on.
I've actually lost sleep over this.
Oh.
So I was crossing the street, leaving the gym. And so whenever I'm at the gym, I'm drinking my energy drinks. C4 and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And that makes you kind of like wired.
Yeah.
Like my ears are itching, my fingers.
They fucking are itching. Yeah, no, I feel anxious almost on them.
Yeah, yeah. So it wasn't my right of way at the crosswalk, but there's no cars.
Oh.
So me and a bunch of other people just walked across the street, and a big old guy. Well, old to me, but I mean, he probably could run if he needed to. So some bigger, older guy was like, fuck you. You're what's wrong with the world, you people. And I'm like, you people. This is a gay thing. But he was just like screaming at us for crossing the street, and there's no cars. And so I just responded with, shut the fuck up, fat boy. And then all night I kept thinking to myself, why did I have to body shame? In my mind, I thought he was like saying something like about gays, but he was like, what the fuck's wrong with the world? And I was like, shut up, fat boy. And he was like, you shut the fuck up. And then I was like, you want to try to catch me? I bet you can. And then all day and all night, I'm like, why do I have to make fun of his weight?
Yeah, that's
not nice. Even though he was cursing, screaming at us, and I think he was a little nutty, it still doesn't excuse the fact that okay, festively plump man, older man from down the street. If you were listening, I'm sorry.
With the holidays approaching, our sponsor Waterboy is here to help you prepare for those nasty holiday hangovers. Because there's nothing worse than feeling like the Grinch while everyone else in the family is rocking around the Christmas tree. Waterboy is a hydration packet scientifically formulated to cut your hangover time in half. Now, there are other hydration packs in the market, but nothing comes anywhere close to finding those Sunday scaries like one little stick of Waterboy does right here. With 0 sugar and over 3 times the electrolytes of Liquid IV, your hangover will stand no chance in hell, people. Now, unlike their competitors, Waterboy has added specific ingredients beyond just hydration to help in nausea, anxiety, and fatigue. Because we all know that hydration alone isn't enough to help after a holiday bender, people. It is not just for you. Waterboy's hangover recovery formula makes a thoughtful stocking stuffer or a fantastic gift for your loved ones. Show them you care about their well-being this holiday season with Waterboy, especially those college kids. And for this holiday season, our listeners will get 15% off of your entire order with our exclusive link at waterboy.com/fratchat. Again, that's waterboy.com/fratchat for 15% off your entire order. Recover properly with Waterboy, people. You'll thank us later.
Note, the views expressed by Simo, while hilarious, are not those shared here at the Frat Chat podcast. But again, it was pretty funny. Yeah, the catch me part.
Shut
If
the
you
fuck
were
up,
just
fat
Fat
boy.
maybe it would have been me. But then he kept going, and when you could try to catch me, you got me there. So, say what you will about Simo, you guys, but I laughed. So.
In my defense, I really thought he was saying "you people" about gay people, about
I
queers.
get it.
I really thought.
I
So
get it.
in my
It's
mind,
personal. It's
yeah, he
and-
came at me,
and you gotta
so I
know
came at
better
him.
than to say "you people" at any group of people in 2013, 2023, 2013. Fuck, good weed. In 2023, you know what I mean? Because it's like, there, no matter who it is, even if there's a group of straight white men walking around and you say it, someone's gonna get offended about something. It's like, oh, you mean the Irish? Irish Americans? Like, fuck you, dude. That's not cool, you know? Or like, oh, dude, that we're all 1/18th Jewish. That's not nice. Fuck you, you know? Someone's gonna get offended. You don't ever say you
Yeah.
people. Like, who are you? Like 93? You people. No, you don't say you people. Just take that out of your vernacular, people. If you're still saying you people, you're gonna have a lot of misunderstandings. Now, if you're racist,
You said, "Take that out of your vernacular, you people."
yeah,
You people is inappropriate.
Listen, you people, you people are what's wrong with the world. People who say you people. So write that down, you fucks. I understand. I would totally feel bad calling someone fat boy, though. I've been called fat boy before, growing up, and there's really nothing you can say. It just hurts so bad. You're not like stings, you know. Like you might even have a witty comeback and roast the person back, but like later on, you'll think about that. Like, fuck, I gotta lose some weight. I'm getting called fat boy. That's not.
All right, here comes another night of no sleep. I feel like shit.
But at the same time, I would have never yelled across the street, a bunch of people, and be like, "You people!"
Uh-huh.
So, you know, to each their own. Don't.
Well, festively plump man from down the street who yelled at me the other day. If by chance, when you said "you people," you did in fact mean "you people," as if like you queers, then shut your fat ass up, fat boy.
That Simo's very sorry and very remorseful. So
Yeah.
remember that. But if not, fuck you, fat ass. But if so, again, so sorry.
I'm really sorry, sir.
Well,
I appreciate a belly.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. A good belly goes a long way these days. I feel like bellies are back then. You know, they were in, and then they were out. It was all about like the pretty boys with the ass, and the dad bod it's making a comeback. It's been in for the last like couple of years or so. So
yeah,
if you're the belly,
you know what?
Good.
When your partner starts to get in what may seem like better shape than you, nothing motivates you more than to get back in the gym. It's a competitive thing. So like Osmario has been hitting the gym hard and his stomach's starting to look a lot better. And I'm like, fuck. I don't want to be like the chunky one. I don't want to be the out of shape one. So now I'm hitting the gym real hard because I don't want him to be better than me.
No,
it's nothing to do with my own personal value for health and fitness. I don't care about my strength. I just don't want my husband to get more attention than me.
No, I hear you. That's. I feel like me and Julie are the same way. Two things make you get jacked or in better shape. That competitive drive that you said with when your partner gets in better shape than you and can do
And
things that
Adderall.
you can't, or when you go single, when you become single.
Yeah.
Literally,
Yep.
and then it's that revenge body. Like, shit, I'm
Oh,
not gonna get
totally.
girls looking like this. Like, what the fuck? So then you understand. Like, now I get why she dumped me. Like, they start doing the cardio again, and all this shit. So,
Ugh, I hate
I
cardio.
hate cardio so fucking much. It's really the worst. If I never had to do it again, I'd be a happy man. But speaking of happy men, I don't know how this guy feels about this because last week we spoke about embarrassing celebrity tattoos, and had this lady been a celebrity, she would have made the list for show. But I sent you a story here by my good friends, the influencers, over at the King's Land, England, Lad Bible, and they show us a lady, an influencer, who his name is Anna Stanskowski. Google her yourself, who decided to get her boyfriend Kevin's name tattooed on her body, but not just on her body, on her fucking forehead. Boom, all across.
You guys, it looks horrible.
With a giant K. And of course, people in the comments were telling her she will regret it, but she came out with her own words like, everyone was saying to me I will regret that, and every time I'm looking in the mirror, I'm just like, I'm in love. I'm in love with the tattoo, and I'm in love with my boyfriend. And I think you really love someone, you just got to show it, You just got to prove it. That was my British lady.
How do you say Kevin in British?
Kevin. Kevin. This is gonna sound like that. Kevin. Come on, Kevin. They're probably saying the V or something like that.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. God damn it, Kevin.
I see her in the picture behind smiling, and I don't know if that's sincere.
Yeah, that's.
I wonder if she got paid for this. I wonder if because she's an influencer. I wonder if some like brand or page was like, "Hey, if you do this, I'll pay you X amount of money."
There's definitely sadness in those eyes.
There's a lot of sadness, yeah.
Then black
And there's
eyes,
also
doll's
there's a lot of sadness in those eyes, and there's a lot of meth in that blood. There's
well, here's the thing.
Something's not
If
right.
you take
She's
the
got fake teeth.
massive Kevin tattoo off her forehead, I think she'd be hot. Like, I was really into it. Like, if I put my thumb up on the picture, I'm like, I don't even care that I don't love like the full on like sleeve tattoos and across the neck, but I'm like, yeah, she's hot. I would be all about it. Take off my thumb.
Yeah.
Kevin. Fuck. Massive Kevin, too. For people listening, if you're not watching on YouTube, at Frat Chat Podcast, where you can be looking at our beautiful faces and Simo's weird turtleneck, live and in person. You would see that fucking Kevin, it's massive. It's fucking like, and it's like this big cursive K too that just draws so much attention to it, and it takes like 2/3 of her forehead, and then the Evan. It is bad, dude. It is.
I really hope that someone was behind this and this wasn't one of her thoughts, because what a dumb decision. I really hope that
you just gotta show it, Simo.
I just feel like I really hope that she got paid for this. How many followers do you have to be considered an influencer?
I think. Here's the thing.
Because I'm wondering when I should expect someone to reach out to me and ask me to tattoo someone's name on my forehead.
Well, we here at the Frat Chat Podcast are influencers, Mr. Mo, because we do have things such as amazing sponsors like Manscaped, where you can save 20%, get free shipping using promo code FRATCHAT. Or Waterboy, I gotta turn my hat on. Ooh, yeah. Which,
I love my hat.
yeah, you can save 15% and cure your hangover within minutes, baby. Thanks to Waterboy. By using promo code FRATCHAT at waterboy.com/FRATCHAT. It's gonna be good stuff. It's good stuff. So I think as long as you have something that you can promote and that people actually go to it, you become an influencer. You got 50 followers, but if you have, let's say you decide to sponsor Jimmy's Subs and fucking next door. You put that promo code up in your thing, they said, and you drive sales to Jimmy's Subs, drive one sale, you're an influencer. You've influenced. So
That's a good way to put it.
that's the way I look at it. So it goes from big sponsorships to just even if you have 50 followers, everybody can be an influencer as long as you influence people. If you get kids to try drugs, you're an influencer.
Oh,
Everybody can make it big. Everybody can make it big. It's like you got a little Jimmy.
I know a lot of influencers. Then
That's right.
they deliver.
we're big fans of influencers here at the Frat Chat Podcast.
Yeah.
That's how I tried weed for the first time. Thanks to influencers. I never looked back. So there you go. But what do you think, you guys? Let us know. Give us a follow on all such channels at Frat Chat Podcast. That's on Instagram. That's on Facebook. That's on Twitter /X. That is on YouTube. Drop us a little note. Say what's up. Say, hey, this chick is cool. We're putting on that tattoo on her forehead. Or, hey, she's kind of crazy. Let us know. We don't care. We won't judge. Unless you're into some weird shit, then we'll kind of judge. So it's up to you, really. We try not to judge, but, sometimes we gotta.
I'm a little judgy.
Sometimes you just can't help it. So let us know what you think of Kevin. And anywho, Mr. Mao, if you were to ask me, a tattoo that big looks like a prank. You know what I mean? Like you fall asleep and someone puts a fake tattoo on you.
Yeah,
It tells
a
you
really
real.
mean prank.
Yeah, really bad, shitty prank. But this week, Mr. Mao, we're gonna go take a dive through the Giggle Factory, you guys, and hopefully put some laughs into your system, because we're gonna be looking back at some of the funniest, most epic pranks that we've seen or have heard of on the interwebs. And this episode is one that it might be a part one. We might do this again because there's plenty of pranks out there, and there's plenty of pranks that we've done and been part of. So maybe we could call this part one, but we don't know when we'll revisit it next time. But just keep it in the back of your head, listeners. This is part one of many.
Or for Carlos's friends, parte uno. Parte numero uno.
That's right. Or for Simo's friends, part one. You're going to be offensive? I'm going to be offensive. Fuck you. Oh, God, we're going to get canceled. But, yeah, we're going to talk pranks, ladies and gents. And I'm not going to lie. Stay tuned for my number one on the greatest pranks list. It's worth it. And it features a cameo by a very well-known celebrity that you would not expect to do anything like this. It's crazy.
Oh, mine are all personal.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I'm glad. But just note, this last one is going to be worth it. I mean, they all are.
Okay, then I should go first.
But yeah, for sure. You absolutely go first. Take it, Mr. Miller.
Okay. Well, I had a roommate in college who was a big alcoholic, a lot of fun, but like a huge drunk. And he
Usually
would get the
are.
munchies drunk. Remember Bitch Tits?
Yes, I do.
Well, I used to take Oreos, scoop out the filling, and fill it up with toothpaste, and
Oh.
feed him snacks when he came home drunk. I was mad
Oh.
at him for something. You know what I think it was? I think that because I was in a wheelchair my sophomore year, and he wasn't really helpful. He was really embarrassed about me being I was his roommate, but he like if I didn't like if someone didn't push me to like the campus, the unions, the student union for food, I didn't have enough arm strength to get my ass down the hill and up the hill again. You know what I mean? So I was really dependent on people to push me in a wheelchair, and he just wouldn't. And so whenever he came back drunk, I'd be like, "Hey, you want a snack?"
He's like, thanks, man. You're the best roommate. And I mean, the thing
A
about
couple times he'd be like, "Mint." Uh-huh.
oh yeah, were there minty
Yeah.
Oreos? Was that a thing?
Yeah, I think there are some.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
he'd be like, "Mint."
And for you listeners,
Yes,
this,
they
this
are
person,
minty.
this person would get trashed, like trash drunk. So he might not even have caught it if it was the right toothpaste flavor. Simo has said many a story about a certain roommate that would piss the bed a lot. That this is the person he's talking about, and his brother
You poor
also.
little guy.
Brother also is a notorious bedwetter, so it's definitely something that runs in the family when they drink.
I've done it before.
Yeah, but
I think a lot of people have pissed the bed drunk off their ass.
they're both notorious for doing it. Like they'll have
Oh,
6
yeah?
beers and they piss the bed. Like they're both big time bedwetters. Him and his brother. So
They should wear a diaper.
yeah, man diapers are a thing, people. If you wet the bed,
Kind of like when my husband and I are in an argument, I go to bed and I wear a cork.
but then when he changes his mind, he just goes like, it comes right out.
Yeah, pretty much. I just have to press on my belly button.
Or he gets it out with a corkscrew like a wine bottle. Oh yeah, Jesus Christ.
That's the best part.
Spins it out slowly.
Yum. That helps me float. Okay, so what's your first one?
Oh god. Okay, so my first one is comes from the land of Reddit. And this is what I call a good harmless prank that at the same time is nice and annoying for someone. And I can get behind this. So Reddit user Matthew McInerney. Yep, Matthew McInerney. Good lord, dude. Did you have to pick the most fucking confusing last name? Anyways, he says, during my junior year in high school, the seniors decided to flip every seat in the auditorium. All the chairs are bolted into the ground, by the way. The night before a morning school meeting, the class snuck in, unscrewed every single chair, turned them backwards, and screwed them back in. When the meeting began on Tuesday morning, the entire school had to face backwards for the whole meeting. Which, I mean, I'm putting it as the bottom of the ladder, but that is some goddamn effort. So A for effort.
I was gonna say that's tedious.
Yeah, dude, taking an entire, and you have to have someone. Here's the thing: at this point, they're 17, so you have to have someone who knows what the fuck they're doing. They gotta be able to sneak into the school, be there, and get this job done quick enough and quietly enough not to get caught. Because schools have like sensors and shit too. So, and you know, who knows who the fuck's gonna come in at any given point. So it's a risky ass prank that deserves more credit.
Well, they did the right thing because it says that I'm assuming the entire class, because that's such a hard job. It says
Yeah.
the class snuck in, so that the entire graduating class or entire junior class did it. Were they going to expel and suspend, every single student?
No,
They can't. So
totally.
there is strength in numbers for sure.
Totally. And you can, work quicker if everybody has to flip 3 chairs or something. It's much quicker. And then you have someone who's the bold guy, just like chit, 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 like moving down the line and just factory assembly line that shit. That's like the good, harmless fun. No one gets hurt. No one dies. It's honestly, it's probably annoying for the school janitor or who the fuck has to fix it the next day. But good for that high school.
Oh my gosh, we're screwing so much. One forearm is gonna be so sore, and the other one's gonna be so weak. You know what I mean?
Oh,
When you're putting together IKEA furniture, doesn't your right arm hurt really bad?
That's so true. That's so true. IKEA, God, everything there you have to fucking screw and put it in.
And I got through everything. So then you have to jack off with your left hand for the next few weeks so that one muscle doesn't get bigger than the other.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's symmetry, you guys. Write that down.
Yeah.
We believe in it here at the Frat Chat Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, the holidays are upon us. And you know what that means for us here at the Frat Chat Podcast? Heavy drinking. Whether it's to hang with friends and family you haven't seen in a while, or just to put up with your creepy Uncle Jimmy that touches you way too much and doesn't seem to learn anything about personal boundaries, Uncle Jimmy. The boozy drinks are always flowing freely here during the holiday. That means that a holiday hangover is always trying to ruin my good times. And now that I'm in my 30s, a hangover would take days to recover from. That was until I found Waterboy, the best damn hydration stick in the game. Because that's all a hangover is, people, dehydration. So you want to make sure you're putting back into your body what the hard night of partying took out. And most hydration powders are packed full of sugar that cause you to crash even harder. Not to mention you have to drink so many of them to get the electrolyte replenishment that your body really needs to recover. Meanwhile, Waterboy has over 9 times the electrolytes as a Gatorade inside just one of these sticks. Inside each one of these bad boys, there's ginger for that nausea and to make your tummy feel better. There's also L-theanine to help calm your nerves and reduce your anxiety. And maybe the best part about Waterboy is how amazing it tastes. Their most popular flavors include strawberry lemonade, lemon lime, and blue raspberry, though I'm personally partial to grape myself. Oh, it's so good. You're actually going to want to drink these. And Waterboy is also gluten-free, caffeine-free, dairy-free, vegan, and made right here in the US of A. A lot of things get worse as you get older, but your hangovers don't have to. Waterboy isn't a magic cure, but it's pretty damn close to one. Hundreds of thousands of people already trust Waterboy as their hangover cure. It's time to stop dealing with that anxiety alone. For a limited time, our listeners get an exclusive 15% off discount with our link at waterboy.com/fratchat. That's 15% off waterboy.com/fratchat. It's time to ho hydrate this holiday season with Waterboy.
So, yes.
No, I forgot to bring something up earlier.
Go on.
This is a total tangent,
Okay.
but I wanted to tell you about the dyslexia moment that I had on TikTok.
Oh, God. Go on.
And you saw the post. Some guy named James. Hey, James. He said, this is actually sad that you guys are like 40 still talking about frats to an audience of none too. Do you remember that on TikTok?
Yeah, some jerk.
Well, first of all, neither of us are 40. One of us is close to it, but we're not. And we have quite.
Thank you very much.
And we have quite the audience. Thank you. So then Carlos said,
69 countries. Oh, man.
So Carlos said, maybe, but what's even sadder is making an ass of yourself on the internet while also being totally wrong.
Yeah.
But you keep doing you, James.
Yeah, fuck you,
Peace.
James.
Well, when I read this, James, I'm going to repeat. James said, this is actually sad. You guys are like 40 still talking about frats. I read, this is actually sad. You guys are like 40 still talking about farts. I misread frats for farts. And I was like, well, I'm going to respond to this. So I said, 69 countries are currently listening to us talk about farts and stuff. And my next anal salute is dedicated to you, James.
Well,
he's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm
like, well, it's too much effort to delete it. It's already out at this point.
I was confused about the second part, but I was definitely like, it's applicable.
It's like, what? What was I thinking? I gotta
Little
learn to
Goose
read.
Games.
I gotta read slower, but I already read so slow. You know what I
Oh, yeah, I
mean?
mean, you only have so much phone data. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, let me attempt to read my next one. Okay, so since we're on the topic of my old roommate, I had one more prank that I did to him,
Okay.
and I lived with him for 3 years. I don't know what pissed me off, or if I just thought this would be funny, or maybe I saw it on TV and I thought maybe I can do it. But some way or another, I was motivated to take his stick deodorant, the white stick. I wound it all the way up
Oh,
so it was completely exposed, and I
okay.
chopped it off with a butter knife. Then I wound it all the way back down, and I took cottage cheese and I stuffed the inside of the deodorant, and I put the top on and I left it on his dresser. So then that day, his girlfriend came over. They did the dirty. They got in the shower. She got out first, and
Oh,
she
no.
used this deodorant and was like, "Ah, Dad, what the fuck is this?" Oh, I mean, roommate, let's name him Bob. Bob, what the fuck is this? He was like, what? She's like, you're fucking disgusting. But it was me. I was the culprit. I said, gotta go. I left. It's like, oh shit. Because she was a nice girl. She didn't deserve that.
Yeah,
She was
no.
the wrong place, the wrong time, in the line of fire.
Oh my God. Wow. Wow. See, this is why I never lived with Simo, you guys, because Julie would break up with me if she used cottage cheese deodorant. Yeah, she would not believe that it was a prank from you either. She would just think that I did it to her. So shit. It was, Man, imagine. But and also though, how long did it? Did you leave it in there before she used it? Because wouldn't she have fucking smelled it when she opened it?
It had to have been sticky. So the texture had it been lumpy. That should have been it probably like
So temporarily
spewed out.
rub it in there. But I feel like you
I
open
think
it,
that the
the
texture would
deodorant
have
smells like cottage cheese smells like shit, especially if you leave it in there for
yeah,
an hour.
it had to have been yeah, I think that it had to have been the texture first that she noticed, and she probably thought, "Oh, maybe it's warm and melted." I really think that if it was me, I would have been like, "Ooh, this feels weird," before I smelled it.
I would smell it before I put it on, but I guess when you're in that situation, you kind of got to take what's there, anyways.
Now, when you use deodorant, do you smell before you put on it, or is it just so routine that you just put it on?
Well, when it's my own deodorant, I
Oh,
put
I
it on.
see, I
But if I
see.
were to try to use Julie's, I'd smell it before I put it on. But I guess you don't really have a choice, anyways. You just put it because if you're borrowing someone's deodorant, it's not gonna be like, "Hey, do you have another deodorant?" You know what I mean? It's not. I'm not gonna not wear deodorant. I'm not trying to get stinky like that. So I get it. Maybe she was just didn't even think about smelling it because it's your fucking boyfriend's deodorant. You're not gonna have it in a million years. Assume that it's full of fucking goddamn cheese. Oh
Ugh.
my god. And
Sorry, little Miss Zeta, if you can hear me. You know who you are. Sorry.
and she did he also eat goldfish off her back while they were doing it doggy style?
Yeah. She was like, "Can I talk to you about something?"
Oh
I
my
was like, "Sex, good. Snacks, good. Sex and snacks, why not?"
good. As long as he wipes the cleaning station after. It's like if you're gonna let him jizz back there, are goldfish really an issue? If you think about it,
Correct.
just saying. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, that's a good one. Cottage cheese and deodorant. Wow, that's that's so gross. I just like imagine the smell, and it makes me want to gag. Anyways, this
What's
one
up next on the docket?
on the dicket is
The ticket.
Reddit user a disc golfer. Oh, a disc golfer. I just had a typo there. Actually suggested one. Well, this one is something that he did, but I think that you would love for your office and for anybody in the
Okay.
office world, because this is funny and I can't believe I never thought of this. So he says, simple, but many hours of muffled laughter followed by the entire office erupting in laughter. Hooked up a wireless mouse to a coworker's computer. So basically, if you have a wireless mouse connected to someone's computer, they can have their mouse and be clicking about, but you can be wherever the fuck you're at with the wireless
Right.
and control it and fuck about. So user says he went 2 days cussing under his breath and changing out wired mice, holding them up in the air, wondering what the hell was up. We passed the thing around, each person coming up with their own creative ways to frustrate him. And again, nice wholesome prank. No one gets hurt. Obviously, the guy's gonna be fucking annoyed, but that's a nice
Yeah, but I feel like
ending.
if the whole office is in on it, he must be like unbearable.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I've never gotten in on a whole office prank in a person, so for a fact he had it coming. But that's so simple, and the thing is, like with wireless mice, you would just have this plugged into the computer essentially. So
Right.
you leave it there, and someone turns back. They're not gonna. Oh, what the hell is that? They're not gonna look at it twice. Genius, and so
I am actually thinking about doing this now.
yeah,
It's
right.
so easy. Because I can look over my coworker's shoulder and try to mimic the moves that they're making so that they think that it's working sometimes. You know what I
Totally.
mean?
Totally. And sometimes you just let
And
it.
start dragging everything in. I'll just start dragging everything into the recycling bin.
Yeah.
Sorry. Isn't this funny?
Click everything, so every document starts opening. He's like, no, what the fuck? Oh man, there's so much you can do. Genius.
That's a good one. All right, disc golfer. Good job.
Good job, buddy.
Okay. So my next one is actually something that a friend of mine did, and I thought it was hilarious. So I've done it as well, but I really can't take credit for the creation of this prank. So this girl went to Ocean City, Maryland on the boardwalk. And at the time when we were younger, remember everyone was doing those like inkjet printing,
Yeah.
like on their shirts and trucker hats.
Totally.
So my friend said, "Hey, can you make a trucker hat for my mom? She's not here. She's not feeling well. So I thought it'd be a nice gift to bring back to her." And of course, she's willing to pay. She said, "My mom's name is Diaria." And so she spells it Diarrhea. So the guy made this beautiful, beautiful hat with this calligraphy that spelled what he thought was diarrhea. And then when he turned the hat around and showed my friend, she was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Diarrhea? You want me to give my sick mother this hat that says diarrhea? No, you take your own fucking diarrhea." And I'm not sure if she paid for the hat and took it or what, but that's the story I was told. And so I've done that before, but I was nicer about it.
Diarrhea. Because that's diarrhea is how you do it. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is the greatest thing ever. That is so fantastic. It's so simple. A $20 hat.
Yeah.
Oh,
I want a Diarrhea hat and a matching t-shirt.
yeah, diarrhea.
Nate from Moonlife, get on it.
That's right, Nate. We need some diarrhea hats. Oh man. Oh, that would like hurt my face from laughing. Good lord. Diarrhea. That's the Spanish in me really loves that one extra hard. Okay. Diarrhea. Good times. Up next on mind is one that user at Pocahontas on Reddit.
Pocahontas.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Not Pocahontas, Puka.
That's right. That's right. Like,
oh shit! I hate that sound. Oh.
Hey, you started it. You started it. You guys can literally rewind this podcast and hear Simo.
Yeah, but that's just so realistic.
It's good. It's good. We got great sounds here at the Frat Chat podcast. But yeah, Pocahontas put out this story, and honestly, it reminded me of all the stories I've shared on the pod about Nemeth and the things we did to him, and you know, like when he was hammered and would pass out in college with his shoes on, and which is why actually, you guys, I didn't include my own personal anecdotes in this episode because I've shared a lot of the good ones already. So I want to keep some in the back pocket for future episodes. But this is right along in some of the stuff that we would do. But this is good shit. Anyways, Pocahontas said, I had a TA that told me this one. Him and some friends had a college buddy that would get super duper drunk and pass out on top of his bunk in his dorm, as all aspiring men should. His dorm was on the 6th floor. One night after he passed out, they moved all of his furniture into an empty, identical room on the 1st floor. They set up everything in the new room exactly the same and placed him on his bunk. They gave his body some time to sleep, sober up, so that he could appreciate what they were about to do to him. One of his buddies woke him up in a panic, yelling nonsense, getting him out of bed and getting him ready to leave. He was able to grab a shirt out of the closet and start putting his clothes on. All of his belongings were exactly where he thought they were, so he didn't notice the change in rooms. Seconds later, 3 others barged through the door, grabbed the drunkard, and threw him out the window. He screamed for his life, thinking he would fall 60 feet, because remember, his room was on the 6th floor, only to land after 2 feet in some shrubs. But here's the thing. This person learned nothing from this. He got equally drunk the next night, the user says. So, also like Nemeth, doesn't matter what the fuck you do to him, he would just keep doing it. So it seems like this is the person. Everybody has that. Every college group has that friend. Huh? He just gets shit faced and you just draw dicks. Or
I was that person.
I bet
I also was taking Ambien, and I would wake up all sorts of places.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. That's why
talking about Vietnam and some weird shit.
Yeah, that's why Simo recorded his first mixtape. It's just him saying the N-word over and over again.
No. Oh, good God, no.
Featuring Roseanne Barr.
Featuring Roseanne Barr. I used to love her.
Roseanne's got bars.
I love Chatil.
You know.
You know. You know what though? Even though it wasn't 6 feet, or I'm sorry, 6 floors, I still think it would hurt to fall into some bushes.
Nah, like it's essentially like getting jazzed from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but landing in the bushes. You know, you're not so bad.
I know, but I'm saying like the bushes could hurt. What if they're prickly?
I mean, that's fair. But I don't know. I guess I'll just let you be the gay one. So I never realized how much my boys down below needed some TLC until I found Manscaped. With all their awesome products, they make my boys feel like kings. And I owe it all to you, Manscaped. Mwah. Because AI is cool and all, but I think that this might be the biggest technological advancement the world has ever seen. I mean, think about it. Every man knows how scary it is when you're gonna go in for a close shave below the belt. It's terrifying. That's why I trust only Manscaped for all my sensitive areas. Inside this package, you'll find the star of the show, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, baby. Their 5th generation trimmer features 2 interchangeable next generation skin safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little off the top, and a new foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires. Typically your balls. We also have dual LED spotlights to provide contrast to multiple skin tones, 3 length setting combs, and oh, did I mention this trimmer is waterproof too? Because it is. It's totally waterproof. Yeah, I just said it, so remember that. And no more wet shaving down there. Count me in, because we're talking 3 length setting combs for all your desired lengths. And oh, did I mention this trimmer is waterproof too? Just in case I didn't say it before, I said it. It's waterproof. Remember that. Write that down. Tell your friends. And taking it on the go? Well, Manscaped has you covered because this puppy comes with a travel case and even a travel log feature to avoid any accidental powering and or weird looks at the airport. Because it's totally a ball trimmer. That's all it is in there. I swear to God, officer. And this right here is on the cutting edge of cutting pubes. So upgrade your ball trimmer right now and your life will follow. And get 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code FRATCHAT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code FRATCHAT at manscaped.com. I can promise you, you've never seen a ball trimmer look like a spaceship. So get yours today from our folks at Manscaped.
Ew, they're prickly.
On the other hand, it might feel good if you position it and land just right over the perfect branch. So, it all depends. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God. If you drunkenly stumble in the right wood. You know what I mean?
Alright, so
Zemo.
my next one involves my sister and I. So we had a prank war for quite some time throughout elementary, middle, and high school. And my mom even sat us down a few times and was like, you guys had to get it together. Like, you guys are getting in trouble in school. Like, your grandparents are upset. Everyone's upset. Like, you had to stop this because we would just be horrible to each other. So one night when I was asleep, my sister had self-tanner. And it wasn't like the spray or like the lotion. It was foam. It was self-tanner foam. So she took self-tanner and put foam all over my arms and legs in like a spotted pattern. So then when I woke up the next morning, it looked like I was covered in bruises. I was covered in these dark brown spots. And my mom made me go to school like that. And it was hot. So I wore t-shirt and shorts. And everyone made fun of me. And the guidance counselor pulled me aside and had me fill out this questionnaire about whether or not I felt safe at home because it literally looked like I was covered in bruises.
And all the kids laughed at you like, ha! Your parents beat you. Your parents beat you. Oh, man, that's crazy. But that's some evil genius shit. I'm not going to lie. I've never heard of a spray tan like that. But
it wasn't
that's fucking
like
smart.
spray or lotion. It was a foam, kind of like how mousse is. It came out like a foam.
Totally. That's fucking genius, dude. I'm not gonna lie. That is some evil genius shit.
Yeah.
Now, was this before or after you saw your mom poop in a bag? Because maybe she sent you to school to teach you the message. See, there you go. So you've been telling people. Like, you've been telling people that I know. You go to school. Your mom put her sister up to it. It was her idea.
My mom told me that my sister gets drunk and calls her and asks her to tell the story on speaker, and I didn't know that she did that. I was like, oh my god, that's so mean. Meanwhile, I talk about it on the podcast all the time. Hey, 69 countries. Remember when my mom pooped in a bag? And I always talk about it.
Wow. So your sister has told 69 people. We told 69 countries. It's a good story. Oh man, that's quite the stinker here at the Frat Chat Podcast.
Quite the stinker.
Anywho, I got 2 more. Mr. Mo's got 1 more. My second to last was posted by user, Reddit user, at Zachman, 2K.
Oh, like Pac-Man.
That's right. Zach with 2 Ks. Thank God. Because if we had 3 Ks, that's going to be a problem.
There'd probably be a fraternity, brother.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Zachman says, I went to the adult bookstore and purchased the largest dildos, anal beads, and whatever other obscene thing I could find. I stuck it all in a box and then had my wife wrap it up in extremely beautifully wrapping paper. Then I stuck it in a friend's gift pile at his wedding with no card. I didn't hear anything about it for 2 years until I ran into the guy's brother. They had a gift opening in front of the entire family. There was there was aunts, uncles, grandparents, the whole lot. To top it off,
God.
his father was recording the event. I guess he opened the box and immediately slammed it shut. Everyone was asking what it was, and he kept repeating, "It's not for children's eyes. It's not for children's eyes." His dad stopped filming, looked in the box, and then whisked it away. I couldn't have asked for a better payoff. That is fucking amazing. At Zach, man.
That's worth the 2-year wait.
That is worth the 2-year wait. And especially finding out from the brother, too. So, oh, shit. You're better off. No, that's the best payoff I've ever heard on a prank. That is literally worth a 2-year wait, in my opinion, as well.
That's great.
That's fantastic.
I'm surprised that the victim in this scenario never reached out and was, hey, buddy, wait till you hear what happened to me. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I would have told you guys all. I would have been like, does anyone know anything about this?
That's true. But like, you don't want to write everyone at the wedding or all your potential friends that could have done it. You know what I mean? Like, if I had to think about who would have done it, yeah, maybe you. But there's some other options in there that I would think about that I would really, damn, do I really want to mass text all these people asking them if they sent me a fucking dildo? Like, that's like, I don't know. Ah, that's so good. That's so genius. That's so good. See, I love stuff like that. It doesn't hurt anybody. It's embarrassing. Don't get me wrong. But this dude paid for it. It's his own money. The sex toys are not cheap. Maybe I'm sure the marriage needs some spice up after a few months.
Mm-hmm.
And with anal beads, they can share. So,
Some of those can be expensive. You can regift those.
That's right.
If they're not open, regift them.
Totally.
Next your friends will be getting married at some point. That's great for a bachelor party.
Grandma's birthday, whatever.
Well, my last one isn't very nice, but it's a prank that I did.
Oh.
But it's a good fucking prank. Okay. So let me give you guys the background. Once upon a time, Simo, that's me, I dated a monster who I think had a drug problem. I just covered it up well. and he racked up some of my credit cards and he stole money from me, and he was just really bad news. And I ultimately moved out. I was scared to move out earlier because we had a lease together, and I was like, I can't afford to pay this by myself. You know what I mean? So sometimes you're stuck in relationships because of a lease. Anyway, so I broke up with him, and as I was moving out, he had left a diary on my bed, well, on our bed. And I didn't know he kept a diary. And I thought, well, he knows I'm in here. Maybe he wants me to see this.
Yeah.
So I read through it. And diary was a lot of confessions for a lot of shitty things that he did. He just had to get it off his chest. So he wrote it down. And so I made photocopies of the most incriminating entries. After that, I called him to tell him that he was uninvited to our Friendsgiving. He said, well, I was invited. And I said, you were invited as my plus one, but now that we're no longer together, your invitation is null and void.
Right.
He said, no, I really want to go. They're my friends too. And I said, if you come, I will make it very uncomfortable for you. So I was in charge of getting like booze, like paper plates, forks and knives and things like that. But I went a step further and I took all of these photocopies and I laminated them and made placemats. And we all read them around the dinner table until he left.
Oh.
Some of my friends thought that was really mean. They even left. They were like, we don't want to be part of this. And I was like, well, you might want to be part of this because this one's about the money he owes your ass. So
Oh my
it was good.
God, dude.
Isn't that clever?
That is also some evil genius shit. But I also blame your ex, because it's like, you're gonna move out and you don't check for your diary, you just leave it there. Like, what the fuck? What are you thinking?
I also put chicken cutlets in the back of his couch and turned the heat on.
Oh, that's me. That's awesome, though. See, I love
And then I saw the couch on the curb like a few days later.
Oh man, it smells like shit.
Wah, waka waka.
Yeah, he definitely never knew where it came from. Oh my God. I don't see, that's why I would never keep a diary. Just because I know someone would find it, do some fucked up shit with it.
Right, you don't want to write that stuff down.
I keep that.
What's even worse is that in 20 years, you might find it and read through it and be like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
Like the closest thing I ever came was when I was like 16. I used the site LiveJournal, which was a whole.
Oh, I remember you saying about this.
It was like statuses, essentially, before Facebook and all that. It was LiveJournal, and literally it was almost like an online diary. But I look back at like the shit that I wrote now, because I mean, even though it's not that many, the page is still up there, but I don't know the username and password anymore, so I can't fucking even delete it. And it's just like, man, was I a dumbass? Like, I didn't know how to write. Like, what the fuck? Like, what am I talking about? Like, I'm complaining about all this shit. It's like, sometimes especially your thoughts as a teenager, man. Like, you'll read that shit back and be like, man, what the fuck was I in special ed or something like that?
Yeah, dude.
What's wrong with me?
Remember we were younger and everything mattered?
Yeah, like I cared way too much about the dumbest shit too. That's like,
I'm at the point in my life where it doesn't matter what it is. Any bad news, I'm always just like, shit happens. Why wouldn't that happen? Whatever. That's how I kind of approach everything. I'm pretty relaxed about any and all bad news.
And now I get why old people, you get to a certain point where you see some old people that just don't give a fuck. They just don't give a shit. They just say whatever the fuck they want. And even the shitty old people, even the racist ones that suck ass, you know what I mean? Like, they're just like they're at the point of life where like they just don't give a fuck. Like, you don't want to be racist, obviously. Fuck that. But the fact that they can be, good for them. Awful people. I hope they burn in hell. But the fact that they're that comfortable with themselves You can
Yeah.
feel that they can say whatever the fuck they want with no problem. Yeah, good for them. I wish I lack that self-awareness sometimes. But the older you get, you really do lose, I feel like, a little part of your filter every so often. And it just becomes like, fuck this. Like, oh, the fuck do I have to please anymore? So
If you're saying that my tactlessness is gonna get worse, buckle your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. You're in for a ride.
yes, I can't wait to see old SEMO in 6 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Weeks.
on to my last one, and save the best for last. And it's a celebrity prank,
Nice.
which is not something you'd expect this actor to do. It's a actor. He's full on. I was going to say full on rapist, but but it's philanthropist. uh, if you know, you know. That's a Always Sunny in Philadelphia joke. But he's a pretty well known guy, good looking guy, cool guy. Everybody wants to party with this guy. Now he's settled down with his super hot international lawyer. But I'm talking, of course, about George Clooney. And apparently, and note this story, it's not just like hearsay, like the whole thing about what's his face, Richard Gere having a gerbil up his ass.
I've heard that.
Yeah, there's
Wait, and someone else recently too. Was it? I forget.
there's
I thought I
Hollywood
mentioned
lore
someone
like
else.
that, but this story has
Yeah.
been confirmed and told by George Clooney himself. It's 100% real. And he had a roommate who had a cat, and the litter box for the cat was in the bathroom next to the toilet. And
Ew.
George, while doing this prank, started waking up earlier than his roommate and would scoop the poop into the toilet and flush it down. A couple days go by, and the roommate asked George Clooney if George noticed anything about the cat. George said, "What do you mean?" Yeah, he's like, "Well, the cat hasn't pooped in several days." And George Clooney then tells the guy that he hasn't noticed anything. Well, the next day, George Clooney himself took a massive shit in the litter box. So-
Which is probably like 10 times the size of the cat's normal shit.
Exactly. So then the cat just thought it was the cat because the cat had shit. So he was like, "Oh my god!" He just thought his cat took a monster shit in there.
Fluffy, is your butthole okay?
Yeah. Good God. And here's the thing, the roommate was famous actor Richard Kind, who I put his picture in there.
Oh.
If you guys Google this guy, he's like one of like the nicer actors in Hollywood. He was always playing like the nice guy.
Well, his last name is Kind, so he kind of has
Yeah,
to be.
right. He's a very lovable guy.
If your name is Bambi, you're gonna be a stripper. If your last name is Kind, you're gonna be a pushover.
That's right. Or a serial killer, to be fair.
Or a
like that.
serial killer.
But yeah, this guy's great. What a prank, dude. And the fact that it's from George fucking Clooney, that to me just made him a total legend. I knew that he partied. I knew that he gets women. You know, he's a talented actor, writer, director, producer, can do it all. But you add legendary prankster, and now I'm like, okay, George, I get it. You really can do no wrong. He can do no wrong.
George should have partnered with Ashton Kutcher. Remember Punked? That was such a good show.
Punk was a great show. Punk, honestly, like maybe that's what Ashton Kutcher needs to heal his public persona after the whole Danny Masterson scandal. He
Yeah.
used to bring Punk back because Punk did good. Then I came back without him. He actually, even though the show was about the pranks, Ashton Kutcher was a big part of it, a good part of it at that. So
Mm-hmm.
can't deal without him. But yeah, that show was awesome. Kind of want to watch it actually. Maybe I'll do some this weekend.
Oh, I've been watching House Villain.
Oh
This
yeah, House of
season.
Villains. I told you it's good, right?
I'm so upset my favorite got voted off. I can't say who it is because I don't want to give away any spoilers, but you can probably assume who is my favorite. She is my everything,
Yeah.
and she's no longer there.
Yeah. Did you binge what? There hasn't been that many episodes. So are you all caught up?
It's like 4 or 5 episodes. I watched them all.
Nice. Yeah. She I know who you're talking about, but what a way to go, baby.
I know.
It's such a
villains are
fun
ruthless.
show. I expected I was watching because Jax from Vanderpump Rules is in it. So
Mhm,
I thought,
mhm.
maybe I'll only like it for him. But nope, the casting is so good in that show that I'm in love with every character in it right now. They're all doing so good. There's the ones even that I hate, but like everybody plays their part so well. It's such a guilty pleasure of a show. So if you were into some really funny, trashy reality TV, check out House of Villains. You're gonna have a good time. I'm telling you, I don't care who you are, you're gonna have a good time. Fun show.
My favorite challenge is when they were in a challenge, but the other roommates didn't know, and they had to
Yeah.
ask and get the other roommates to do weird
Yep.
things. So good.
I feel like I'd be good at that, something like that.
Oh yeah, me
There's
too.
challenges that I definitely want to do. And I like that show because every challenge, it's not like the show The Challenge, for example, it's very physical. So you gotta be in
Mhm.
top shape. And I feel like I could compete physically, but if someone's a super athlete, it skews towards them. Meanwhile, this show, the challenges are always the opposite of what you think. So you don't necessarily need to be super fit to win this stuff. You need to be smart. And you need to be able to play the game and fool people and fuck with people. So it's very interesting how they do it. So definitely check the show
Mhm.
out. House of Villains on E Network. They're not even paying us to promote this, but if you want to give us some money, E,
Yeah, I'll take it.
we'll take it. Simo needs new Botox in a few weeks, so
I do. I'm so already. Look how much movement I have in my forehead.
I know.
The fuck?
Forehead.
My lips are undercooked too. I gotta plump them up. I got a lot of work to
If he
do.
doesn't do something soon, his forehead's gonna look like his turtleneck.
I know. Oh my gosh.
But anywho, that was our list of hilarious pranks. Let us know what you thought. Give us a follow on all social channels at Frat Chat Podcast on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter /X and YouTube. You can give me a follow as well at Carlos Does the World on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Twitter, on YouTube. And you can give my buddy Simo a follow as well at chris.moore.comedy on Instagram, on TikTok, and see more comedy on Twitter /X. Let us know any hilarious pranks that you yourself have done, and maybe we'll feature the funniest ones on the air in a future episode. Oh yeah. So Mr. Mo, it's time to go. So won't you get us out of here?
I motion to adjourn this meeting.
And I second. All right, Mr. Mo. I will see you next week. Well, I'll probably see you before that, but for the purpose of the podcast, I'll see you next week. But
Yes. Correct.
it's the worst outro we've ever done.
We're gonna be on stage.
That's right. Check it out this Friday. Greatest comedy show of all time. Broadway Comedy Club. Check it out. Tiny.cc/Greatest Comedy Show. We have an epic lineup. We're gonna rock. The show's been away for 2 months, and we're so fucking excited. It's gonna be epic. So check it out. Tiny.cc/Greatest Comedy Show. And follow the show on Instagram at Greatest Comedy Show.
and you'll get all the deets as well. So yeah, now we get out of here. So Mr. Mo, see ya!
Peace.